So we are just waiting for everyone to join. Meanwhile, I'm sharing a link on the chat. So I'll request each of the student coordinators from IIT Hyderabad, GLA, and Triple IT Kalyani to join the Teams link on behalf of student to ask any questions that they need to ask during the meeting. So I'm just sharing this link here in the YouTube chat. So I'll allow access to few of the students in the meeting directly who can ask any question that they want to ask. So just confirm in the chat if all the placement coordinators have joined the call so that we can get started. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start with the session. I still see students are increasing, so you can ask all your friends to join this link and we'll get started with that. So I have shared the link of the Teams meeting invite to your placement coordinator. Kindly ask them to share one of you students so that one of you guys can join the link on behalf of students and we can have a one-on-one discussion for anyone from the student side. So I've shared the link here in the chat. I don't see the coordinators responding right now. So I'll allow one student from each college to join. So you can basically click on the Teams meeting link and join the Teams chat where we can have a detailed query session where our co-founder Martin will be clearing out all the details. So I request any one of you guys from each college to join the Teams meeting. So just confirm in the chat if IIT Hyderabad has joined so that we can start. Same with Triple IIT Kalyani. If anyone from Triple IIT Kalyani has joined, just message in the chat so that we know it's joined. And similarly from GLA college, if anyone has joined from GLA, please message in the chat. So we have Shubham Kumar, I'll just let him in. So Martin, one of the student is joining, student coordinator.
Oh, great.
Hi Shubham, so you're from which college? Hey Shubham, can you hear us? You're not audible. Can you say something?
Shubhankar, can you hear us?
Yeah, so I see GLA has joined. So, okay, Shubham is from IIT Kalyani. Shubham, it's better if you see cues because you will be speaking on behalf of all the students from IIT Kalyani. So, I'm letting another one of the students in. So, Dharamveer Singh, you are from which college? Can you let us know?
Sir, I am GLA Mathura.
You are from GLA. Good. So, you will be answering all the questions from all the GLA students. So, we have Dharamveer from GLA and Shubham from Triple IIT Kalyani. Anyone from IIT Hyderabad internship is joining, just message in the chat and we'll allow the access. Otherwise, Martin, I think we have waited enough. So, we'll start in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Hi Ashwini, so you're joining from which college? Hello Ashwini, can you hear us? Yeah, I think Martin, we can get started. Yeah, so team, let me give a short intro about what we are doing right now. So welcome to the pre-placement talk of AuroGroup 2025, where we'll be recruiting for both internship as well as full-time opportunities. So I'll be basically guiding you through the AuroGroup, like what we are, what are the different ventures that we have in that, and what are the different roles that we'll be hiring for. And this is going to be an interactive session where you have selected one of the representatives from each of your colleges. So for Triple IIT Kalyani, we have Shubhankar, and from GLA we have Dharamveer, who will be taking questions or asking any doubt on behalf of all the students from these colleges. We have Martin, who is co-founder of one of our ventures, which is Auro 2 Sigma. So he has joined specially, and he'll be giving a little introduction about himself and telling you a little bit about what Auro 2 Sigma is, what innovation we are doing in it, taking some of your questions in that. And post that, we'll hear from some thoughts from our founder Amar Anand and some from of our teammates. So without any further ado, Martin, I'll hand over the mic to you so that you can get started and give them a little introduction and everything.
Great, thanks, Abhishek. Just want to add my welcome to everybody who's joining the call. It's really great for an old guy like myself to be interacting with bright young things like you guys and ladies. We're delighted to have you with us, and it's very much your group and your cohort and your type of people that inspire us to do what we're trying to do. So I'll just say a little bit about the background to what it is that we're doing and a little bit about what we do, and then I'll pass back over to Abhishek. So as you can see, I'm not a youngish fellow. My background is I came through so I started work at the back end, late 80s. I originally did physics as a degree. And I went into accountancy. I went into professional services, one of the big four, and I really stayed there all my career. So I only ever worked for two companies, two of the big four, as they're called. And I stayed there for 28 years or so, becoming a partner. I was a partner with PwC for 17 years. A great career. I really enjoyed it. Opened my eyes up to a lot of business aspects. I got to work all over the world. But in many ways, that way of working is very much changing now. So in them days when I left, we had a situation where it was the kind of old world. It was pre the internet, pre-email. And in them days, the mantra used to be join the biggest company you can and stay as long as you can and get as far as you can. The world is very different now. I think the world of work is very, very different. It's much more dynamic. It's much more about startups. Technology is a much bigger area. And the speed of change, the speed at which skills come in and then drop out, and the need to keep developing, learning new skills is very much part of the modern world. much more than it was. It's always, it has been, but the speed of change is so much faster now. So it can be a bit scary, but I think we see at Aura to Sigma, we see there's no need to be scared of that. If you're a talented young person coming out of college or university, as everyone on this call is, then the world is amazing in terms of what's opening up. And one of the aspects that during my career as a partner at one of the big four, we found was that there was never any shortage of really top quality graduates coming through. We used to recruit them every year. But one of the things that I noticed was that sometimes they weren't quite ready or as ready as they might be to hit the ground running in the workplace. And this is something, funny enough, that my co-founder, in fact, the main founder of the company, Aura Sigma, which is Amar Singh, he also saw this in his career. He very much came through the finance route. He was at McKinsey, but then came through lots of the investment side and the crypto side of things. He found this as well, and the two of us, we'd never even met until about 15 years ago. We met we were both students at Stanford Graduate School of Business. We got talking about this issue that, great graduates coming through, really fresh, bright, eager, motivated, very skilled up, but just that slight disconnect that we seem to be growing bigger in them being ready to hit the ground running and make an immediate impact and accelerating their careers when they join. And so I remember us talking about this 15 years ago. We didn't actually do anything about it at that point. But a couple of years ago, we started doing that. Amar came back to me and he said, right, we think the time's right now to do something about it because we've got the tools are very much there now, particularly with AI. And so it was the vision of Amar, which I very quickly bought into. And that joined us up and we said, right, let's do something about this. Let us try and have a company where we are helping students, both at school, but also at the college level, university level, which is what we're talking about today, to fill in the gaps of their knowledge, the practical aspects of the world of work, let's say, that augments the learning that they have at college. It doesn't in no way replaces that, but it augments, it fills in those gaps that helps them have that extra bit of secret sauce to be that bit more employable, that bit more attractive to employees, helps them that when they get into that workplace, they are ready to go. And we can do this now with the help of AI on one side and technology on the other generally. And through the connection that we have with companies and the outreach that we have to then place these people into their first careers and get them started in internships or indeed into their first careers. And we see that this what we call the learn to earn help people get them skills, get refined, just put that top end of skill, if you like, that icing on the cake, and then ease them into the workplace. Getting them started on that very pivotal first career step, that will be a tremendous issue and problem that if we can help solve that, we'll be doing an awful lot of good to an awful lot of people who are already good. The people on this call are very talented. We've got no doubt about that. They've got skills but it's sometimes they just need that little bit of a boost and a push to get them where they really deserve to be. And that's what Aura Sigma is trying to do. It's trying to fill in that gap and getting them pushed into a position where they then take off and their sky is then the limit. And in taking them through this learn to earn path, we want to try and make these bright young people on this call realize actually this modern world, it is different to when I came through. I'm an old guy now. But this world, it's different, but it's nothing to be scared of. If anything, if you are on board, if you are motivated, if you keep your mind open to the possibilities of AI and what the changing world of work is and the need to keep refining skills, if you get that on board, then this is actually a positive thing. It's a tremendous world that's opening up of constant change, of constant renewal, and massive things opening up where people can really develop themselves and fulfill their potential. And that is what the aim, and that is what we're all of the people within the company, Oro to Sigma, we've got some I'm very privileged to be working with some tremendous talent, young talent. Abhishek you're meeting here is one of those. There are a number of colleagues that are working with Abhishek as well. It's drawn from within India of similar caliber, very top, and they're all sharing in this passion and this vision of let's help people to help themselves and get them moving. And for us, from an older generation, for me, it's given me a lot of renewal. I've tried to also keep myself learning. I recently did a PhD at London School of Economics in psychometrics, and that was from a learning perspective to keep my brain and keep my sense of learning going. But also, it's something that I'm finding we can really help imbibe on what we're using within our company itself. So I'm hoping I'm in a small way also living the vision, which is that this idea is that you never stop learning. And you know what? It's fantastic. I love it. It's tremendous. It's a world of new stuff. The knowledge that's available to us is a matter of just if you've got the right attitude, then everything's possible and everything can be positive. And that's what I hope we show in today's presentation and in today's discussion and answer. So with that, I'll pass back over to Abhishek. And I just want to say again, thanks everyone for joining again. And I hope you really get something from this session. Abhishek.
So, what is the internship period and what else?
Yep.
That we run. We'll be walking you through each one of those quickly. Um, and then we've also got our team from some of the ventures to give you a sense of what the experience is like. Most of them are IIT alumnuses, and they're going to talk a little bit about their own experience. And then you guys have a chance to ask all of us questions as well. Um, so with that, let me just kick off a little bit of my background. So, I grew up in India, went to St. Stephen's College, did economics honors, Went on to the London School of Economics to do my master's in finance and economics, and then was at Stanford Business School. Um, Started my career back in 2000 at McKinsey and Company in New York. That was management consulting largely for financial institutions globally. And then joined one of my clients, which was Citigroup in New York, to have a position on the M&A committee and essentially help manage their $2 trillion balance sheet with investments across the world. We prominently made the largest investment in HDFC Bank and HDFC Corp, the mortgage company, before most people had kind of heard of HDFC. And then, several investments globally, including Akbank in Turkey, Bank Handler in Poland, Banamex in Mexico, Household in the US, et cetera, et cetera. I started my first Web 2.0 venture back in 2006. It was the first cohort of Web 2.0 ventures, a company called eTime is Money, where we came up with a model for people to set a price for their time and to essentially leverage the business process of shoring movement in India, largely from Western markets. Very fortunate at the time to become the top 50 startups in the US. It was a class that had Mark Zuckerberg, LinkedIn. So if you Google that, you'll see some presentations that we made at the time along with these gentlemen. And didn't realize how big Web 2.0 is going to become. But got an offer to head up one of the large private equity firms in Asia. So I think wrongly took that on to join Cinven in Europe, and later found that some of these companies that we presented went on to become the largest companies in the world. Uh, but moved on from there. So did private equity for a few years, large buyouts of multi-billion-dollar companies across the world, and then in 2012 helped start Taiwan Capital in Hong Kong, which was a spin-off out of Lone Pine Capital in Asia. Lone Pine is one of the large Tiger funds. You may have heard of Tiger Global. So very similar strategy to that. Um, so we grew that into one of the largest funds in Asia. Early investors in Uber, Palantir, Flipkart, Snapdeal, Car.Deco, 1MG, Tokopedia, Alibaba, et cetera, et cetera. In addition to also large investments on the public side. So, for example, one of the largest investors in the Sin Bank after the Hindujas. In 2017, we spun off uh, Auroville, which was meant to be a venture studio, because we realized that there was a lot of exciting opportunities, very early stage in tech, and we were losing some of our data scientists to these opportunities from the fund. And so we essentially gave the data scientists an opportunity to essentially come up with ideas, and we backed them to start ventures, which initially started in the blockchain space, which was really hot in 2018. Um, and so that has now grown into about a dozen ventures across the venture studio. So Abhishek, if you have that handy, you can quickly bring that up. We can quickly go through the list, um, and then pass the mic over to our teammates from a couple of the ventures. So, Aura Digital, the first one, as you can see, is based in the US. It's one of our flagship ventures. It's the new name for a Nasdaq listed company where we acquired the OMS BMS company called Diginex, which was a trading software platform. We've since built that out to be one of the largest infrastructure players within blockchain. So it's connected to about 105 centralized exchanges, about 120 DEXs, all the large OTC desks, and many of the large qualified custodians around the world. We've got two of our colleagues, Aditya and Navas from AuroDigital, who will also talk about their own experience from that. The IMS is an investment management system that is actually been moved from the US. It's now headquartered in Luxembourg. It's a marketplace for asset managers to raise capital. AIML is a that's artificial intelligence machine learning platform to create a suite of uh, prediction models for digital assets. So it's everything from GANs, WHANs, LSTMs, transformer models, where we essentially predict the price of digital assets and also invest in them. Auro.edu is another flagship venture. It has essentially disrupted the education space by creating a fully native AI app that curates a customized curriculum for students, everyone from class 11 upwards to professionals. And it also has a powerful learn to earn model where we are focused on a big problem in India, which is that a lot of the engineering colleges are half empty, and even the folks that are enrolled have less than half of the class actually finds a job after they graduate. Less of a problem in IIT, though we've actually seen that same phenomenon play out in the ITs as well to a lesser extent. So we've got two of our colleagues from Aura.edu, Nikhil and Shresh, with us as well to talk about their experience. I'll run through the others pretty quickly. The idea is just to give you a flavor of all of the types of innovation that's happening within the AuroGroup. So Aura.ai is a robo-advisor. So it's a fintech asset manager. Ideal Development is a co-innovation and co-working company. Aura Yoga is a health tech company. Shub.in is one of India's leading content publishing and book publishing companies. Aura Bridge is a German company that is one of the first to issue fully licensed tokens that tokenize real estate infrastructure and green bonds in Europe. Or a bet is a betting platform, which is a prediction markets for real world events, like who wins the US election, for example. Or a Sui Clear is a JV with Sui, which is a spin-off from Facebook or Meta, as they now call it. Oracle is a venture where we essentially have a very deep data lake of pricing of various types of assets that we provide to various protocols. AuroDex and AuroLiquid are our proprietary DEX aggregator, where we basically have algorithms that are able to get the best price from multiple liquidity pools. And the last point is that the ones in all caps are Web3, and the ones in non all caps are basically Web2 projects. And so as you can see, AI and blockchain sort of run prominently across all of these companies. So with that, I'll pause and pass the mic on to Aura Digital.
So now will be giving back the access to some of the students who have joined the call. So I'll be giving mic access to one by one. So can you guys turn on your camera? So the one who turns on the camera first, I'll give the mic access to them, and then you guys can basically ask your question. So first I'm giving the mic access to Ashish.
Hello.
Yeah, Ashish, I've
So
given
am I
you the
audible?
mic access. Yeah, go ahead. Yes. So tell us from which college you have joined and what's your question today.
So my college is GRE University,
Okay.
and my question is like basically what is our job role when we join this organization?
As which profile? So we have like there are different profile.
As
And
an intern and as also as an if we are joined full-time role.
so see, the first thing that you need to understand that each interns also has different profile. Whether you're joining as a back-end developer, a full stack developer, product manager, what kind of profile that you're aiming for right now?
So I apply for product manager.
Okay, so basically in the product manager domain, it's one of the most important factor for any company. Here you will be making some key decisions regarding the product. So while you will be joining for the internship, you will be learning some of the tools that are required to become a good product manager, starting with Figma, Jira. You'll be working on the ideation of some of the initial ideas that we have for version 2 of our projects, and you will be basically helping the current product managers in their daily activities and learning the tasks from them. So that's what your daily KRA is going to look like. Martin, do you want to add something to that?
No, I think you've covered it well, and and of course, where you'll be deployed will very much depend on the roles that we have and the organisations that will be deploying those skills to. So, but you'll be getting all of those skill. So, for example, in that particular role, all of those skill areas will be applied, depending on the aspect of the role, whether it be an internship or a full-time role. Depending on what that organisation is and their requirements.
Yeah, so
Sure,
I
sir.
think that's helped your questions, right, Ashish?
Yes, sir. So, like, I'm a fresher, then what are the key requirements that
So see,
organization
when
wants
you are
from
doing
me?
for internship, no, so the key requirement is always strengthening the conceptual part. You'll be learning the experiential part during the internship, but the part is you'll be strengthening your concept, and then you will be applying, and you should have basic understanding of what Figma is, what basically is Jira, what are the ideation tool, what are the wireframing tools, what little bit understanding about the text. So that would be the basic answer for you. So I think I'll pass on to the mic. I think that's 2 questions from you. So now I'll pass the mic to
Sure, sir.
Yogesh. Go ahead, Yogesh. I've given you the mic access.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Yogesh, you're audible.
Yep.
First of all, good evening, and I'm a MBA student from GLA University. And my question is, how is performance evaluated for this role, like metrics, ORKs, and what is the KPIs? So, on which basis you are going to evaluate our performance?
I think your voice broke down. You might have to repeat, Yogesh. Just repeat the question. You're breaking a little bit.
Am I audible?
No,
Am
yeah.
I audible?
Now you're audible. Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, how is performance evaluated during the internship for this role?
Yeah. So for which profile again? So each profile has that separate sets of KRAs.
So as an MBA student looking for product manager.
So as I already explained about the product management role, and during the internship, it's not mainly like we are evaluating your skill. We are seeing that whether you are in a habit to adapt the learning process, because you are an intern, you are learning a certain skills which you'll be using when you go full time either in our company or you join any other company. So the thing that matters most during your internship time is how open you are to learning new things and how quickly you can adapt to the information that has been shared to you. So those are the 2 main parameters that are been judged during the internship, but we'll let Martin add some more to that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a very good question, Yogesh. I mean, we want people to get as much out of it as possible, both in what they learn, but also in the feedback they get. So there will be feedback. I mean, we will have the usual kind of feedback mechanisms during and at the end of any particular project or internship from the managers who are working with and directing the people. So that's an important part of the overall learning process, we feel, because there's one thing is applying themselves to a role and learning on the job, as Abhishek says, but knowing where the good parts are or the areas for even further development are in that. Those are really, really important aspects for us to convey, and we will do that because obviously it's in our interest to get people as fulfilled and as experiential as they can be to then move. We're talking here about an internship situation, but it could be a full-time job situation. Obviously, we want those people to then continue on their learning and through us, hopefully, or elsewhere, then move into the full-time role. So I think in summary, I'd say the feedback mechanism is a very important part of the learning, and it's something that we give great adherence to.
Thank you, sir, for resolving my doubt.
Yeah, Martin, that was really helpful. So yeah, so Yogesh, thanks for the question. So I will let Arun, who is waiting in the lobby for some time. Arun, you can go ahead and ask your question. I don't think Arun has a question. So anyone apart from Arun has a question, they can raise their hand, and I'll just let them speak on this call right now.
And any doubts at all, please feel free. We absolutely welcome questions. We think it's a great, this session we really see, in the past we've seen has been very well received and valuable for students and prospective workers.
I think Yogesh has another question. So Yogesh, will let you speak another question because we don't see any more hands coming up. Yeah, go ahead, Yogesh.
So my next question is, when will I get the final schedule and who will coordinate it and what would be the time reporting time in and what would be the schedule of whole training period?
So see the
we can arrange
schedule.
accordingly.
So I'll tell you the schedule as I told at the beginning of the call. I'm not sure you were there. We are doing both the kinds of internship, 2-month as well as 6-month internship. So the schedule will totally depend on what your college is offering to the students, and we are trying to wrap up this by maximum 2 weeks. The whole the whole hiring process, which consists of round 1. I'll be taking you through all of you through the internship rounds as well, like how you have to apply for round 1, round 2, how we'll be evaluating that. After this Q&A session, we'll introduce some more members from AuroGroup, and I think Martin is a very senior member of our team. He's one of the co-founders, and so that's why we are just having Q&A, so then Martin can leave and we can just continue the session and have more questions. So that's something that I'll get on at the end of the session, but the timing will mostly depend on the college part. We will be wrapping this up within 3 to 4 weeks. That's the timeline from our side. So whenever the college is allowing the student to do the internship, we are open for that timing. So it's not a restriction from our side. Okay, so any more question? Yeah, thank you. Any more questions? The people who are watching YouTube, who wants to join or who are already in the lobby for Martin, so they can ask. Otherwise, we can bid bye to Martin and we can continue with session. I'll introduce you with other members of AuroGroup as well.
Excellent. Well, again, thanks to everybody for joining. We really hope you get a lot of this. Please do ask questions to Abhishek. He's one of our key guys, and I've really enjoyed working with him and others. And hopefully we'll get a chance to work with all of you at some point. So good luck, and thanks for joining again. I'll drop off now. Thank you.
Thanks, Martin. So yeah, so let me introduce you to the rest of the Auro team, and let me you just learn a little bit about Auro EDU. I'll just take you to the Auro Digital, which is our venture, which is basically focused mainly on the crypto and fintech side. So let me take you through that, and then we'll come back to the questions.
Senior team members of ours now who joined us right out of college and can share their experience. We also have one of the CEOs of one of our ventures called the Auro IMS on the line. Charlie, are you there?
I am. Nice to meet everyone. I can just give a little background on myself. Is that what you like, Mark?
Yeah.
So Charlie Phippen, I'm here outside of New York City, in the state of Connecticut, actually. So welcome, everyone. Really happy to see everyone on the call, and it's exciting to talk to such a great group. My background is I have about 25 years in finance. So I've worked at big firms like Goldman Sachs, UBS, BNP Paribas as a trader, and then moved more into management and running businesses. So I just was running as the CEO of a firm called Water Tower Research. And now we're working with Amar, and we're looking to expand that business as well. So nice to meet everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Aditya and I graduated from IIT Delhi in 2023. My major was in mechanical engineering, and since then I'm a full stack developer at AuroDigital, where I contribute to both backend and front-end system, as well as I am responsible for managing the CI/CD pipelines as well. So let me tell you about briefly what our day-to-day looks like. So for front-end development, we ensure that our platforms are user-friendly and visually appealing by building intuitive and responsive interfaces. We work extensively with React.js, TypeScript to create seamless user experience, and we also like have a significant focus on performance optimizations as well, because like in order to remove the UI latency as much as possible so that our clients can use our tools effortlessly. On the backend side, we develop robust APIs mostly using Python, and we work closely with databases like Redis and Postgres to implement efficient data storage and retrieval mechanisms. And for CI/CD pipelines, we mostly work with Ansible, GitHub Actions, and Docker to design CI/CD pipelines that automate testing and development as well as the monitoring procedures. So yeah, handing over to Nawaz, he can guide you more on the backend side.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I'm Nawaz Zafar. I'm a lead Python developer in AuroDigital. So the product that we are building is OEMS, which is Order and Execution Management System. So a brief background on me. So I'm also a 2023 graduate. Me and Aditya were in the same batch, and we got selected for Auro Digital, and it has been a great experience as we got to learn a lot about algorithmic trading and how the system works, and how like crypto is redefining the future, as we say. And we are building as we are creating the future. So that's pretty interesting. We are not as we are creating new innovative solutions in the backend space. So the backend stack is mostly Python based, where we have a lot of different Docker containers which manages different services. So we have balances, we have algo execution, we have exchange management, and we have everything in between. And we also have a very interesting decentralized integrations as well. So yeah, overall, my experience in Auro Digital has been very great. I got to learn a lot here. So over to you, Anasa.
Yep, thanks, Nawaz. So maybe we can now move to Shrey, who can talk about his experience at Aura.edu.
Yeah, okay. So hi guys, I'm Suresh Jaiswal and I'm working at Auro.edu. So Auro.edu is basically the edtech side of Auro, and we are creating this platform for upskilling, and I'm working here as a product manager. So if you have seen the app of Auro.edu, I have designed it completely. So with Auro.edu, we are trying to achieve, to create a platform for, everyone who wants to learn, and as well as, connect with the jobs, internships, freelance opportunities. So in a way, we are trying to fill the gaps between, learn to earn, because you have seen like people in the market, they are learning from various platforms. Some they are learning from YouTube and everything, but learning is just the first step, right? So after learning, you need to connect with the right opportunities as well. So with that goal in mind, I started working already. So before that, like I have 7 years of experience. I passed out in 2018. So initially, I was working in tech sector of like K-12. So we were building a product for JEE, NEET, and those exams. So I have myself cleared those exams. So I started with that domain. So, but like from last 2 years, I have been working in this upskilling sector. So for mostly college students and professionals. So the very good thing about Auro.edu is we are trying to use the latest technology like AI, as you have seen. Like AI is it has gotten so much power now. So we are leveraging AI in Auro.edu and trying to build a platform where where AI can assist you in a way which is so personalized, and it knows everything about you and every step. So Auro.edu is not just about learning. AI is along the way, and it will help you with doubt solving, revision, and it will create you custom courses. Like if you give a exam and you see you have some weak concepts, so it will create you a custom course just for those weak concepts, dedicated for you, personalized. And also we have built this engagement on our Auro.edu app, because learning is just one part. Engagement is something where you actually explore the other side of learning. So the whole app is gamified and fully engaged. So you can connect with other people. You can talk to experts in chat rooms, and there's e-money auto coin system in the app. So in a way, this app is, a whole platform what we need at this time, because there are so many platforms. But Auro.edu is something, it starts with the learning part, and then tutoring, mastering, and then at the end it's the earning. So we are connecting learning to earn. So we are not just uh, a platform which I would say you just go and start a course and learn and finish. So at the end, you will get the opportunities, freelance, full time, and internship and everything. So that's what we are trying to build in Auro.edu. So in the future, like if you are gonna have any doubts related to product, not just the learning part, but any doubt related to the product, like any feature, anything, you can ask me in this meeting. Yeah. So now handing over to Nikhil, it's our backend developer.
Hello. So I'm Nikhil. I passed out in 2016 and have been working for Auro.edu for last 8 months. So the backend architecture of AuroEdu is mostly based on Python and Flask. There are multiple microservices, and the middleware is in Node.js Express. For databases, we sometimes use Mongo, but mostly we use MySQL. And yeah, so for our Gen AI needs, sometimes we use ChatGPT, but most of the time we rely on Gaia.net, which is an uh, open source Gen AI platform where anyone can upload their own models and they can host their own nodes, right? And for some ML based tasks, we are using BERT and other models. So in the backend, I would say we use multiple tools based on their usage. So whatever the requirement is, we pick the best suitable tool and then we start using it. That's all for backend. Over to Amar.
Great, thanks, Nikhil. Okay, so you've now heard from quite a few IIT alums who are currently part of our team. We have several, as I said, been working with IITs for over a decade, most closely with Delhi, because that's just close to our one of our data science centers, but with all of the IITs as well. Okay, so with that, we'll break into Q&A and
So we'll start the last Q&A session of this pre-placement talk right now. So I'll walk you guys through the rounds, like how many rounds are going to be, what would be the steps for applying in each round, and we'll take the final questions. If anyone has any questions, we'll be taking that on and we'll be answering all the doubts, all the queries that you guys have. So let's begin the final session. So as some of you guys have asked me in the beginning, like how many rounds are going to be, what is the process that's going to be followed, and what are the timeline that we are expecting for this placement talk. So let me answer each of those questions one by one. So first of all, the number of rounds that is going to be. So we will be basically having 3 rounds right now. So the first round that is going to be the round 1 assessment round. Post the round 1 assessment round, we'll be having the round 2, which is basically going to be for all the people who are applying for the coding part, the technical part of the job roles like backend developer, front-end developer. It's basically going to be a coding test, and for all the people who are applying for non-coding test, basically, so that's going to be an experiential task where they will be given some task on that job role, and you have to basically perform a short complete that task in short form, and it's going to be very simple. It's going to be a little harder for all the one who are applying for the full-time position, quite easy and simple for all the students who are applying basically for the internship position. So what's the process of applying, where you have to go? I'll tell you everything. So you have to basically go to AuroEDU website and you have to sign up onto that website. So each colleges has been sent a unique list of email IDs. So each they have a particular job role. For internship there is a certain job role, for full-time placement there is a certain job role. So you have to basically click onto that job role and select for the role that you're applying for, and then you have to appear for the 2 tests that are mandatory in that job role and complete the test. So all the students who will be completing the test and scoring good marks will be basically qualified for the round 2 assessment. Now the most important thing to keep in mind is deadline to submit the round 1 is Sunday EOD. It's a self-paced test. You have till Sunday EOD. We have given weekend for the students so that they can complete it. After Sunday EOD, the round 1 will close. Any student who will be applying post Sunday will not be considered for this role, as we'll be evaluating and checking all the scores of all the students on Sunday only. So that's going to be the deadline, and post that you will be having 1 week to complete round 2 for all the selected students. They will get the detail by Monday EOD or by Tuesday morning, and they'll have 1 week to complete the round 2, which result will be declared on Monday, the next Monday, and will be starting the interview round. Post interview round, within a week or 2 you will be getting your placement offers for after the discussion with your placement coordinator. So some student might be joining us from mid-October, from November, from December. So we have different kinds of batch running on. Some colleges for MBA student have like 6-month internship, so they will be signing us a little quicker. The full-time student will be joining us by the end of May. So these will be the different internship round that will be happening. So for that, the main thing that you have to remember is that each student will get only one opportunity into the test. So once you log into the platform and you start appearing for the test, you will just have one opportunity to complete all the test assessment. If you fail once, you will be automatically out of the internship race. So that's how the process is going to be. So with that, I think we have concluded this pre-placement session. I'll keep this Teams link open for a minute to see if any one of you wants to join the live call to ask any further question. They can join this meeting and I'll be answering all the questions. So I've seen people joining from IIT, Triple IIT and from GLA, but I haven't seen any IIT Hyderabad student joining up. So I hopefully think all the IIT Hyderabad students have cleared their doubts out. And if any of the IIT Hyderabad have any doubt left, we'll keep this open. After that, we'll be closing this session. So I'm just waiting for you guys to join for 2 minutes, and no further questions, then we'll be closing this out. Yeah, Shubhanga, go ahead. Do you have any doubt? So I don't see any of the students having any doubts. I'll just give you a glimpse of how the AuroEdu page will look like, and post that I think you guys can basically go there, ask your coordinator, get back to your coordinator. If they have any doubt, they can ask us any question, any doubts that they have. We'll be solving out all the doubts, all the queries. And as I'm repeating this, that your last day to submit your assessment is basically going to be Sunday EOD. Post Sunday we will not be accepting any student submission, so internally have a discussion and complete this submission before that. So I'll just take example of one of the jobs, that's internship, and I'll take example of one internship here and I'll show it to you guys so you guys can get familiar with that, and then we guys can basically end this session. Okay, so yeah, let me just share my screen with that. And yeah, so I think you guys can see my screen now. So let me just show this to you. So as you can see on the screen, this is how your page is going to look like. You have to basically click on apply. Once you click on apply, it will ask you to complete any one of these courses. One course is mandatory. You can do two courses, but one course is mandatory. Once you complete the course, you pass the test, you will be automatically apply for this job and will have all your detail, and you will evaluate and will declare the result basically by Sunday EOD. So thank you everyone for joining this session. I hope this session was helpful to everyone. You're able to have all the doubts clear. So Anko and Craft, I have told about the rounds. So there will be 3 rounds. I'll repeat them. Round 1 that I'm showing on your screen, you have to complete the assessment round where your conceptual skill will be checked. Round 2 will be either a coding or an experiential round. And I have already communicated all these details to your placement coordinator. An email has been shared while during this call only to the coordinators. They have been given the instructions to all the rounds, and basically you can ask them any step. If you have any queries, you can reach back to us and we'll be solving that out. So thank you guys, and hope you have a good